Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Jason and of course I am your watch guy today. Today I have a new brand on the channel. These guys are called Exec and they emailed me asking if I wanted to review their latest release onto the market. That is an NH35 powered dive watch. It is a Submariner Homage. Now these are going out at £99.99. On their website, you can see that they are guaranteed for a whole year. They are shipped from the UK. However, there is something very, very familiar about these. So, without further ado, let's turn this camera around and let's get into this review. On their website, this is called the NH35 Diver. Now, you can pretty much guess what you're getting here. It's an NH35 powered watch that is in a dive style case. Not too inventive with that name. Now, they have sent this to me for free, so this is what you call a paid promotion, or what YouTube would call a paid promotion. Anyway, I don't call it a paid promotion, I call it a gift. A paid promotion would imply that I am going to be very, very generous to them and not tell you any moans or niggles or downsides to this watch, which is not the case. This is a fully honest review. Now it's packaged quite nice. It's got a 1-year guarantee and these are shipped from within the UK. They are £99.99, so just under the £100 mark. If you are looking for a £100 watch, this is pretty much the tip of your iceberg. Now, as you can see, it is very reminiscent of a Pagani Design. In fact, I would probably argue that they share a factory or they share a manufacturer. Obviously, completely different dial and a different insert to the chapter ring. So let's talk about this watch. It is 316L stainless steel. We have high polish finish across the sides of it and some really nice brushing down the lugs. High polish finish to the side of the crowns also, or the side of the crown guards even. This is obviously in a subby type of homage fashion. You can see what they're going for here, definitely. We do have a screw down crown. This is an NH35 movement, so you know it hacks and it hand winds. And we have a date function in this one. Just wind this back in. We have a coin edge crown that sits very nicely between these crown guards. Now as we move to the crown itself, you can see that it is signed with the Exec logo, which is nice to see. It is a really well fitting crown and it is very easy to use. Nice sandblasted effect on the inside of the crown design there also. Give them some credit for that. As we move to the back of the watch, you can see that it is a display case back. It shows off that NH35 movement in the back. The rest of the information around the outer edge is pretty straightforward. The movement inside, the water resistance, and what the material is. Stainless steel, 316L, as mentioned. Now as we move back to the front, we do have a rotating bezel on this one. It is a unidirectional bezel. Now, strangely enough, we have a 80 click unidirectional bezel on this one, which makes no sense to me either. So we can count the clicks along with me here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So 20 at the 15 mark. And I have counted it myself. I won't insult your intelligence. We all know what 20 times 4 is, don't we? So 80 click unidirectional bezel. I actually haven't seen an 80 click bezel on anything before, and it's a bit weird because it doesn't really fit into 60 seconds at all, does it? Or 60 minutes even. So at best it's pretty much a nice decoration, because functionality wise you wouldn't really be able to get it lining up correctly. Now this is a ceramic bezel insert. As you can see at the top, we have what would be a lume pip. Now the 10-minute markers are marked with Arabic numerals in a white accented paint on this one. And we have batons at the 5-minute intervals. Again, as you can see here, no dive indicator on this one. just a straightforward bezel. Insert a triangle up at the 12 o'clock. It has a nice Rolex style bezel on this one, as you can see there. The bezel does have a bit of play in it, a little bit of movement there too. Now this is a sapphire crystal with a cyclops on it. The cyclops is actually aligned okay, as you can see. It's not the worst that I've seen, but it's also not the best that I've seen. It is sort of slanted slightly this way if I'm being completely pedantic about this one. Altogether, this watch is provided with 100 meters of water resistance, which, yeah, for a cheap watch, yeah, I guess so. Now, as we move in onto the dial itself, we had applied indices throughout this dial, and it's again very much homaging the Submariner Dial. Up until 12 o'clock, we have a triangle index. We have batons at the 9 and 6 and a date window at the 3. The date window does actually have a border around it, a stainless steel border, as you can see. Circular indices at the rest of the hour markers. Up at the 12 o'clock, we have the Exec logo printed nicely onto the dial. Below the handset, we have automatic, 330 foot 100 meters. And just below the 6 o'clock there, see if I can get it to zoom properly, we have Japan movement, and it actually has a really nice Exec logo in the center. Now around the outer edge, we have Exec print with a logo followed all the way around, which is a nice finish to this watch. It's a nice feature to it. Obviously, again, homaging the Rolex and how that is finished. We have a printed white minute track around the outer dial also. Now, as you'd expect, Mercedes style handset on this one. Nothing new, nothing out of the ordinary. We know exactly what this watch is going for. The dial does have a slight sunburst effect to it, which is quite nice when it catches the right light. Very subdued sunburst effect on this one. As we move on to the bracelet, it is a fully brushed oyster style bracelet. We have protruding male end links on this one. Usual Rolex style clasp as it folds out there. It's actually pretty well put together, to be fair. We do have that usual fold out also. Now we all know what this is reminiscent of, don't we? I have reviewed this type of homage before. It's very reminiscent of the Pagani's. Exec logo printed onto the clasp here. Just going to fold that back over. Now they have this listed as a 40mm watch, more towards the 41mm, just like the Pagani Design re-release of their Homage. It is 12.5mm thick, which is actually quite nice for a dive style watch. Lug to lug, it is 48mm. However, when you include these protruding end links, it does come up to a rather bigger 52mm. It is still quite wearable on wrist. Let me pop this on wrist for you to show you. There we go. Again, very similar to the Pagani Design. I would not be shocked if this casing wasn't made in the same factory or made by the same supplier. Now, the main advantages to buying this watch over the Pagani Design: 1 year warranty, which means you can actually access the warranty. These are UK based from what I can see, UK shipped also. That's another advantage to them. £100 isn't unreasonable considering that it is in the UK. You do have a warranty that you can access. However, there are some downsides, and well, yeah. You'll have noticed that I didn't mention the loom on this one. Well, that's because there is none. Now, they did say in the back and forth that there was going to be no loom, and I said that'd be no issue. I will still be happy to review it. Obviously, that is a downside, though. That is a downside for you guys. It is designed that way to cut costs, unfortunately. Now, another thing that's very blatantly obvious to the camera here is the misalignment of that bezel. I can't help but think that's because of that weird 80 click situation here. I just don't understand that. So when we weigh up the pros and cons of this one against the Pagani, because that's really what you're going to look at, the do you want to pick this up or a Pagani Homage? Personally, unfortunately for Exec, I would probably decide to go and pick up a Pagani, and if I wanted it quicker, I'd pick it up on eBay and just get it shipped quicker. Yeah, I feel like there's too much cost cutting here, and I know that I say on Paganis that there's too much cost cutting, but this is a little bit overboard. The lack of lume, although you've got a signed chapter ring, I don't understand that. It is a dive watch at the end of the day. You should be supplying lume, as well as that the bezel being misaligned. Again, not something that you can really be let off with, as well as the Cyclops is actually quite, now that I look at it a bit more, it's becoming more slanted to me. I understand what they're doing here. I understand that it's very much a watch taken from a Chinese factory and stamped with their logo. I appreciate that they probably put effort into the branding and effort into the merchandising and promotion of this watch. Obviously, that's what they're doing here by sending me one and trying to get me to plug it to you guys. But yeah, I'd side with the Pagani Design. But that's your decision to make. So guys, that was my first encounter with Exec. I don't know if they're going to come back. Now, if anyone from Exec is watching, and I hope you are, because that's what this whole process is about. If you'd like to send anything else into the channel, maybe an improved version of this, maybe your next model, I would love to review it, maybe push the boundary a little bit, less cost cutting, shows what you can barely do, and shows why we should be taking our money out of our pockets and giving it to you. If you would be interested in picking one of these up, then the link to their website is in the description. They are £99.99 and they do ship from the UK, 1 year's warranty. There are also a few other links down there, including my new Patreon page. I share watches that I am selling on there, as well as what you can expect coming up on the channel. Completely up to you if you want to get involved in that. Thank you for watching this, guys. Please remember to subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next one.